Good shots. Yeah. Inversions. That's the new hot thing. So hot right now. Like Hansel. You know? Yeah. Do some solo exercises. I'm going to have a little series. Show those applications later. We have other inversions coming up, guys. Berimbolo. Imanari. Imanari is the one that people want to do the most. You know? Just the cool one with the leg lock. Yeah. Yeah. So, but sometimes I do Muay Thai too. But I practice like once a year.
Battery.
Yeah. You train though, yeah?
Yeah.
How's that going?
It's good.
Yeah, we were rudely interrupted by our lack of memory. I mean, memory cards. What were we saying? Martial arts.
Martial arts. You asked me if I trained.
Yes.
How's it going?
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's always good.
It's always good. I did it just because I wanted a challenge.
Yes.
And I wanted to get in shape. And I wanted to bond with my son because he knows how to do it. And so sometimes I bring him along and he holds pads for me and he wants to spar now.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's fun.
One thing I have to say about martial arts though is that once you get good, it won't get you in shape anymore because you're technical. The whole point of a technique is not to use, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, once you get good, you'll
find other means.
Yeah, because like fitness is fitness. You want to get, so that's the thing. Like some people are like, dude, I know guys that look like really like fat, out of shape, but they're like really good black belts, but they just move so like, I just have to do this and I kill you, you know?
Right.
Yeah. So that's the thing. But I would say, yes, that's the fun way. I think martial arts, like getting in shape is a byproduct of it. It's a good byproduct, but if you're doing it to get in shape, there's like, the fitness kickboxing or like sparring kickboxing. Because depending on your goal, you want to learn how to fight.
I wanted to learn how to fight.
Yeah, learning how to fight is like, you have to spar.
And I just wanted, because my son did it, I wanted to understand it too. So, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it.
Is he gonna fight?
I don't know, cause I asked him, cause there's some MDLs and some other stuff coming down here in September. And so he hasn't trained in a little bit because he was working. So I'm going to ask him if he's gonna wanna train to fight.
The martial arts competition is pretty. I guess that's like the most. That's the highest. I consider that kind of like the most pure form of competition. Like I think Rogan said it once. He's like, okay, you play basketball, some guy slam dunks. This is all like coming from the macho, like insecure, like I kick his ass type of thing. You get slam dunked on in a basketball game. In the back of your head, you'll be like, I can kick his ass, though. You know what I mean? But if you got your ass kicked, you're not going to be like, it doesn't work the other way around.
Yeah.
You can't be like, I was slam dunking that guy. It's the ultimate form of competition, It's as cool as that sounds, there's certain things in certain competitions that are sustainable or not sustainable. You know what I mean? If you're doing striking, that can only last so long. I'm just going to say that outright. If you're going to be a boxer, it's a good sport, but just one thing, you're getting knocked in the head. Yeah. So a lot of people who do striking, they tend to stop after a certain time, and rightfully so, because you can get the CTE is real. But if you're gonna do fighting like that, there's a small window. It's just a small window. And if you're gonna be a fighter, you can't play fight. You can't. A little bit. You gotta do it. Yeah. And to think all in terms of like, your investment. You can't go in kind of half-assed for certain things. Some things they don't have a lot of stake in terms of like your health. Okay, jiu-jitsu, it's just okay. Your joint health.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Yeah, I can do jujitsu forever, but I'll have bodily pain forever, but it's part of jujitsu.
Yeah.
Other things like, again, I'm just talking about hobbies here, like that I choose to do. It has to, I think the ones that are better are the ones that are more challenging. You know? Like if you watch Andrew Huberman's podcast, he'll talk about the dopamine thing. I mean, you can have all kinds of hobbies. You know? I can eat fried chicken as a hobby. I actually do that.
Is that good for you? Is that good for you?
Yeah. I mean, there's some hobbies that are instantly gratifying, you know? So, like, yeah, anything can be a hobby, but that's why you got to have something where you're not instantly gratified, you know? Like, for instance, I'm going to say this, and some people might not like me saying this, but like video games, for instance, I'm not fully against all of them, you know what I mean? Some of them can... Like some people say, yes, it brings some skill, hand-eye coordination, and like, you know, strategy and all that stuff. And I get that. But the problem with some things is, yes, it's pre-designed with a lot of sensationalism. You know, sensationalism is dopamine. It's like you know, it's like taking a hit of cocaine. You know what I mean? Like little small hits of them. You're getting it up front. You know, if you work like the way dopamine works. And don't quote me on this, but, you know, I mean, I did study psychology and neuroscience a little bit. You have to, when you have a dopamine rush or, you know, a release, it will crash, you know? And conversely, if you have a crash of mood, it's a precursor to being ready to have a dopamine hit sometime when you do something else other than sitting around moping, you know? But if you always reward yourself, then without having done anything just right up front, then you're training yourself to kind of be unsatisfied with a bunch of stuff, you know? You're not supposed to be happy all your life, you know? And this is another thing. If you did something and then that you're proud of, you accomplished something, you're not supposed to reward yourself. Ideally, you don't reward yourself for that. The reward is that you got it done. You know? That's how you optimize your brain to have a healthy way of being you know, happy and rewarded and modulating your behavior. I mean, I'm not saying I do any of this. You know, I heard that it's better if you don't reward yourself right away for doing something, accomplishing something. You know, the thing that you did was the intrinsic reward. I'm saying this, I'm still working on it. You know?
We're a work in progress.
Yeah, we're a work in progress too. You know? And music is one of those things, you know, music is a hobby, but if you're just like listening to the music and like listening to music is good, you get the dopamine rush, but if you're not the one creating it is a lot harder, you know? You got to go through that hard thing, then that dopamine rush is better, you know? But I'll be honest, I was a DJ. Yes, I go play the gigs. I do my music thing. And yes, yeah, I have some drinks sometimes. It feels great. But, you know, if you want to have, like, you know, like really the true scientific mindset of like the optimizing how to have a sustainable way that your brain is just not going to be desensitized to your dopamine. Yeah, you should be unhappy sometimes. Okay? And happiness is not the goal in life. Happiness is a part of your life. You know? That's the way I see it. I mean, everyone thinks happiness is like, oh, are you happy? It's like, you're not supposed to be happy all the time. It's not supposed to be like big orgasm all the time. You know? Anyway, just saying. Just saying, guys. But I hope you took something out of this, like always, or maybe we just rambled on too much. I don't know. Doesn't matter. This is our little podcast. Please like and subscribe. You know, Soul Mech Podcast. Tell all your friends. We'll be having more guests come on. You know, leave comments below, right below. Any suggestions you have, we're gonna put the email all in the description. All of the sources for anything, any links that we have, check in the description. Anything else you need to plug? Besides like and subscribe, do like and subscribe. Hit the
Yes.
notification button. We will
Yes.
have monthly. This is a monthly podcast
Yes.
from now on.
Yeah.
Yeah, from now until further notice. One day we will maybe do live. To get more involved in like a immediate communication.
More connection with you.
Yeah. But right now, you can just spy on us talking. We just happen to be looking in your direction, But I hope someone's on the other side. Okay?
Thank you for entertaining
So-
our podcast.
From us to you, and from Hawaii to the world, we are
Yes.
Soul Mech Podcast. So we will see you next time. Later, man.
Thank you.